Hello ladies and gentlemen, once again this is Michael the Comic Nerd. Well, if you've looked at your calendars, then I think it's safe to say that you know it's Christmas season. Now, if you watched my last Christmas special, then you'll know Christmas isn't exactly a time I'm particularly fond of. So what's the usual crap you expect for this time of year? Lots of trees, lots of lights, and a shitload of Christmas specials. Now, believe it or not, I too actually watch Christmas specials. I'm not completely heartless, but I don't necessarily watch the cheesy stuff. None of that Rudolph crap or Santa coming to town bullshit. I'm talking about the good ones, the ones with a little bit of an edge, the ones that appeal to a cynical bastard like me. Now that I've shamelessly plugged that term, I think we should go ahead and get started. Here's my top 5 list of best Christmas specials for cynical bastards. Let's go.
Ho, fucking ho, what a crock of shit. We all work for Santa Claus, we've had enough, we quit. Cause we do all the fucking work while he stars in the show. Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho, fucking ho.
Number 5. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Now, after bashing Rudolph and Santa's coming to town, this choice might seem a bit surprising, but this one also comes with a bit of a condition. Don't watch the whole thing. Just stop right after he succeeds in stealing everything, because if you do that, it's no longer about a green-furred guy who learns the importance of Christmas. It's about a green-furred bastard who ruins Christmas for everybody. And as a cynical bastard, there's just something so goddamn enjoyable about that.
Why should they be happy?
I mean, come on, who doesn't love the Grinch? He's pissed off all the time, he's got a devilish smile, he's got an awesome sidekick, and not to mention that kick-ass theme song sung by none other than Tony the fucking Tiger.
A mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
Hell, I want a theme song like that.
You're a mean one, Mr. Nerd. You really are a heel. You're as sunny as a rain cloud. You're as cuddly as a bear, Mr. Nerd.
And while we're talking about the song, let's talk about what Dr. Seuss always did best. Though rhyming. You are unlikely to find any form of storytelling that is as creatively and vividly told as anything Dr. Seuss has written.
The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason.
Just the way he describes the Grinch, what he does, how he acts, how he thinks, how he behaves. It's hypnotizing and unforgettable.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers, nervously drumming. I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming.
It's just one of the many reasons why the story has resonated for so many years, and will likely continue to live on for years to come. It's got that good Dr. Seuss rhyming shtick, it's got a still awesome villain, and if you don't watch the end, he ruins everybody's fun. And in the end, isn't that what a cynic wants out of his Christmas?
Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho, fucking ho.
Number 4. Futurama, Xmas Story, and A Tale of Two Santas. I've made no secret of my love for Futurama. I've always loved their creativity in the world, and I've always felt that the jokes were usually pretty clever. So it seems only natural that their first 2 Christmas specials are some of the best for people who hate Christmas. I know it's kind of a cheat to put 2 episodes in this slot, but honestly, I had a bit of trouble picking between the 2, and I wanted to give the other shows a fair spot in the list. In this case, Futurama celebrates Christmas in the only way they can, with an evil robotic Santa Claus that believes everybody is naughty and seeks to kill each and every person who's out on Christmas Eve.
Ho, ho, ho.
To pretty much sum up Christmas in the future, Christmas is now called Xmas, pine trees are extinct, and Santa wants to fucking kill you. Merry Christmas?
I'm going to shove coal so far up your stocking you'll be coughing up diamonds!
This was also the episode that introduced Tinny Tim, by far the most depressing character on the show.
The food isn't what's important.
I'm so hungry.
And it also gave a character for Bender to blame in the heat of the moment.
My God, Bender, framing an orphan! That's so naughty, I'll have to add it to my list right now. Framing. I-N-K-N.
Oh, and Santa Claus? Voiced by John Goodman.
Did either of you ever stop to think about Dr. Zoidberg's feelings? Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the roles?
It's a shame John Goodman never returned to the role, but he still delivers a pretty funny performance, ensuring that this character will be plenty remembered as the show went on. This is just a great episode that introduced a slew of memorable characters with a great premise.
Merry Xmas, everyone!
A Tale of Two Santas has a bit more story to it as the crew tries to take down Santa Claus once and for all when they visit his home base on Neptune, where there is a desperate society of starving Neptunians crushed by Santa's regime. Sure, there are more than a few Christmas puns that get a little old, but it also has Santa apparently watching the world like Ozymandias from Watchmen.
I saw that!
I also love the idea of Bender taking over Christmas. A robot who is arguably more evil than the robot he's replacing, and it results in a pretty funny and pessimistic song about manufacturing.
And though you're cold and sore and ugly, your pride will mask the pain.
Let my happy smile warm your heart. There's a toy lodged in my brain.
I also like how when Bender goes out to try to deliver the toys, he finds that everyone is essentially out to kill him out of pure fear, which leads to some pretty funny one-liners.
Remember, Professor, Bender is Santa, so we don't need to hurt him, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Ho, ho! Ow!
Professor, don't you remember what I told you?
No!
There are just a lot of funny moments in this episode. To all the crew dressing up as Santa Claus, to evil Santa doing what he does best, the constant destruction and chaos. It's just a great episode, and one that any person who hates Christmas can enjoy.
Look out, Earth. I'm dreaming of a red Xmas.
Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho, fucking ho.
Number 3. Invader Zim, the most horrible Xmas ever. Invader Zim was essentially the last Nickelodeon show that was most likely heavily influenced by drug use and insanity. And by God do I miss those days.
Grr, your waffles have sickened me! Fetch me the bucket!
But by far, my favorite episode of the series was the most horrible Xmas ever, which just applies its own form of crazy to the holiday. From the whole story being told by a robotic snowman, to everyone treating the return of Santa like the second coming. There's also the inclusion of another Zim sidekick, Minnie Moose, who they try to play off as if he's been through the whole series.
Oh, that's Minnie Moose, my other sidekick. Yep, been with me the whole time.
This is just an awesome concept, that the influence of Santa is so astronomical that a man disguised as him will be handed the world on a silver platter.
My heart explodes with joy!
And Dib's dad is just hilarious as the over-the-top scientist with a personal vendetta against the jolly fat man.
I've never trusted that jolly fat man.
But it has, by far, one of the best, if not the best, Christmas jingles of all time. Don't believe me? Listen for yourself. And yes, in case you were wondering, I do plan on playing this song in a loop outside my house on Christmas Eve. I just love how quickly and how dramatically things escalate in this episode. From Zim given complete control over the globe, to the Santa suit becoming overly jolly, to eventually surging forth to try to destroy the world, and have a one-on-one fight with a giant fucking robot. What part of that doesn't sound awesome? I particularly love the scene where it goes back to the snowman, who has a very vocal critic.
Why does he want to take over the Earth so badly? What does he have to gain or to lose? And the mechanizations of this malfunctioning Santa suit completely elude me.
As I was saying.
Okay, that's just freaking hilarious. This is an episode that is very often overlooked come Christmas season, which is a shame, because it has all the insanity and hilarious overdramatics that easily tops any so-called Christmas cheer that people supposedly get out of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. But with so much fun to be had in this episode, it's just no wonder that the show in general has become a cult classic, taking its rightful place in the number 3 spot.
No! Santa has let me down!
Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho, fucking ho!
Number 2. South Park, Woodland Critter Christmas. Now stop me if you've heard this concept before. There are all these woodland critters in the forest who are all peppy and lucky and optimistic and oh so happy, and nothing ever seems to get them down. Don't you just hate those little fuckers? There's at least one in every Disney movie. We'll leave it to South Park to completely turn that concept on its head with an episode that so dramatically changes tone so quickly that if you aren't careful, it's gonna slap you in the face. The story starts out simple enough. A bunch of woodland critters ask Stan to build them a manger to prepare for the birth of their savior, the mother of whom is a porcupine. But the animals are soon threatened by a mountain lion who plans to kill the mother before she can give birth.
Let's face it, the mountain lion will never let our savior be born.
Hey, we shouldn't be upset this Christmas. We've got Stanny.
So Stan goes to kill the mountain lion, and this happens. Fuck yeah, kick that lion's ass!
Mommy? Mommy!
Oh,
Wake up, Mommy, wake up. Don't leave us, Mommy.
should I be watching this?
Man boy, why? Why did you kill her mommy? Why?
Gonna get you a cookie or something?
The tiny cubs all gathered together and cried, all alone in the world because their mother had died.
I'm sorry. Well, I hope you're happy, you damn woodland bastards. 3 cubs are now orphans because of you. Is this what you wanted?
He did it! Now our Critter Christmas can finally happen! Hail Satan! Hail Satan!
Wait, what the fuck?
Mountain lion around, Lady Porcupine can give birth to the Antichrist.
Yay!
This is cause for celebration. Let's sacrifice Rabbit and eat his flesh.
Yay! Sacrifice me to the devil! Yay! Yay!
Oh my god.
Trick his blood! Blood orgy! Yay! Blood orgy! Blood orgy! Yay!
Yeah, so this is pretty much what you can expect out of a South Park Christmas special. A seriously foobar story that you won't find anywhere else.
This better have a point, dude. This really better have a point.
Now, I feel like I've given too much away already, so I'm going to try to keep other spoilers to a minimum here. But this is really just something you should check out for yourself if you haven't already. It's just disturbingly awesome. I just love how as things get more and more disturbing, the critters never lose their upbeat cartoony attitude. Which, for all intents and purposes, changes them from annoying woodland critters to terrifying monsters who would kill you with a smile. With all the villains I've mentioned on this list, these are by far the most terrifying. When their eyes light up red, you know some crazy shit's about to go down.
Oh boy, our satanic powers sure did the trick.
And the rhyming narration also adds an additional layer of hilarity to the whole thing, not to mention giving plenty of fuel for potential jokes.
He ran out the living room, turned off the light, and went back to the forest to set everything right. And went back to the forest to set everything right. He thought he could hide from his problems. Not true. He knew in his heart the thing he had to do.
Leave me alone!
If you're looking for a good Cynical Christmas special, you can't do much better than this. So what's the #1 spot then? Well, the answer might surprise you.
Stick your Christmas up your ass, how?
And the #1 most cynical Christmas special is A Charlie Brown Christmas. Now, given the other choices on this list, this may come as a bit unexpected. But really, when you come down to it, A Charlie Brown Christmas is an essential special to watch for anyone who wants to understand why some people don't like Christmas. Now, I admit I only watched this for the first time recently while researching for this list, but it surprised me in a lot of ways. Charlie Brown is unusually depressed during the holiday season, and he can't seem to pinpoint why. He tries to talk to his friends about it, but none of them really seem to get it.
Just don't understand Christmas, I guess. I like getting presents and sending Christmas cards and decorating trees and all that, but I'm still not happy. I always end up feeling depressed.
It seems like Charlie, like many others of the same mentality, is just sick and tired of the commercialism that comes with this time of year. And he sees evidence of it everywhere. From his little sister just straight up asking for cash on Christmas, to his dog entering a home decoration competition. It seems no matter what he tries to do to make this Christmas better, it just all falls apart. When he tries to direct the play, he can't get the actors to work with him. When he tries to find a Christmas tree, yeah, he picks the only real one left, but it's also weak and falls apart on him. His friends turn against him, no one seems to know where he's coming from. It's actually pretty depressing.
I know nobody likes me. Why do we have to have a holiday season to emphasize it?
I think one thing we often forget about Peanut is just how smartly written it is, or at least that's what I forgot. But much of the humor is actually pretty intelligent, and the analysis of what Christmas is about and what it has become is also intelligent.
I never get what I really want. I always get a lot of stupid toys or a bicycle or clothes or something like that. What is it you want? Real estate.
I just love how Charlie Brown observes the situation around him, like his reaction to his sister and her sister's feeling of entitlement.
All I want is what I have coming to me. All I want is my fair share.
I love how in a place surrounded by manufactured trees, he finds a small joy in the last wooden tree, even if it is a piece of shit. Granted, it is Peanuts, so there is still a strong Christian overtone, so if that bothers you, then you'll probably be more than annoyed here. But that doesn't change the fact that it's still a very strong special that both acknowledges what can make Christmas frustrating, but what can also make it good. And that through the sometimes bleak outlook that many of us have about Christmas, that there is still hope for better. And that while Christmas as it is will probably never change, that doesn't mean we have to forget what Christmas is about, and find solace in the people around us, showing that even the most cynical of people can find joy in the little things during the Christmas season.
Merry Christmas, Charlie Brown!
So those are my picks. I hope you like them and use them to have a good Christmas season this year. I know I will. I know it seems a bit strange for me to be optimistic around this time of year, but I have a good reason for that. Christmas will not beat me again. Not this year. Do you hear me, Christmas? This year I will endure. This time I'll persevere, and I will do more than that. I will win. I will play your little game, and I will smash you into the ground, because you can't choose when I review this Christmas season. I don't have to review any crappy Christmas movies. I can do what I want, and I choose this year to review a good movie. That's right, a good movie. This year I'm going to review the most badass Christmas movie of all time. I'm going to review Die.
And what about ourselves? We've had enough as well. Working in that freezing factory cold as fucking hell. Work until we drop with our bollocks freezing off. Stick your Christmas up your ass, ho ho fucking ho.